Hello and welcome back to another episode of Average Guy's Garage. Well, after a 1 week or 2 week break, we're going to get back on the MGB today. Last weekend I was repairing the garage door. One of the springs broke and it was so hot that took a lot out of me. So we're going to, now that the garage door is fixed, get back on the MGB. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to get done today, but it's pretty early, so we're just going to start, move on, see what we can do. I'd like to get that vinyl off the back and that carpeting off the sides. I'd like to get the window out and make a nice step-by-step of that. I've got some venting and things under here to go. Let me walk around this side. Still frustrated with these lines here in the engine compartment. There's the ratty driver's door card that needs to come out. And back there. So we'll just get started, see where it goes. Here's my first look at the front calipers. First time I've had these wheels off the front of the truck, of the MG. And look at all that buildup of cobwebs, spider webs. Surprised that it even still rolls. So I'll hit that with the pressure washer. Get that cleaned up so I can work on it at some point. This side wasn't nearly as bad. So there's our Lockheed. It says, I'm going to turn this camera sideways. Lockheed. Still have a little bit of pad left on there. There's our sway bar. Alright. Alright, taking off this door card now. I took off these old, rusty, almost non-existent screws here. I had to use the vice grips to get those off. Pretty nasty. The window crank came out pretty easy. So I'm going to keep that for use bringing the window up and down to take the window out. To take this card off, this little bezel right here is around the door handle latch. There's one piece. This paper, cardboard stuff, or what would you call it, in the back there is just completely shot. There we go. Pretty messy. Okay, we're going to attempt to take out the door glass. Now I'm reading some instructions off of the MG Experience website, and I'll just tell you what these are. They have 8 steps to remove the glass. So wind the glass down halfway. I've got that part done. Now it says this, it says, let me go back to the top. There's 4 main assemblies involved in the glass door. There's the window itself, right? With its metal channel bonded on the bottom. There's the front channel, which is part of the vent window assembly. There's the rear channel that runs up right there. And the regulator assembly. So these are the basic steps here. Wind the glass halfway down, unbolt the rear channel top and bottom, and fish it out. Remove the 4 regulator bolts. From around the winder knob and the 3 short regulator bolts from the center of the door. So we've got our, I'm guessing these 4 there, these 3 here. Carefully push the winder knob mount on the regulator into the door and lower the regulator glass with the door attached. That sounds like the hardest part. Then push the glass back as far as possible and tip the front edge of the glass up. Pull and slide the roller pins on the regulator out of the window channel. There is a slot in the middle. This may require some wiggling. Remove the glass door, unbolt and remove the vent assembly. So those are the steps. And then pull the regulator out of the holes in the inner door. Alright, let's try it. So there's a bolt right here that holds on a piece of metal that's holding on the rear channel. So I just took the nut off from this bracket. I don't think we're supposed to take this bracket off. Then so the channel runs up here. And this is the top part. Holding the rear channel. So now I think that is the 2 bolts that hold the rear channel. Alright, what do the instructions say here? Unbolt the rear channel top and bottom and fish it out of the door. Okay, fish it out. Get some vice grips to hold the top of it. Fish it out, you say? I wish I was fishing. But actually, it's too hot to be on the lake right now. It's not going to go anywhere with it attached down at the bottom. Hammer time. So I just knocked the lower part out of the bracket that was So do we fish it out of the top or out of the bottom? Fish it out of the door, it says. It doesn't say top or bottom, just fish it out of the door. It's going to have to go up high enough to get over the bracket, or maybe I should remove the bracket now. If I remove the bracket, then it gives me room to maneuver it. Let's see if the bracket is 7/16. Yep. All right. One bracket. It has a nut in there that is captured behind a little clip. I guess gives it some maneuverability when tightening everything up. Put that bolt back in there not to lose it. Alright, now with that bracket out of the way, let's see what they're talking about here. There it is, fishing it out. Rear channel, the rubber's gone, very brittle, just breaking apart in my hand. Alright, there's the lower part. That was step 2. Step 3. Remove the 4 regulator bolts from around the window knob and the 3 short regulator bolts from the center of the door. Also 7/16. Little stubby bolt up there. Oops, dropped one of the washers. I see it. I'll go pick that up later. I think I'll leave that one in for a moment because it's starting to fall. That way I can do these without it just completely going away. So you can see it kind of just fell down in there. Next step, carefully push the winder knob mount and lower the regulator with the glass attached. Alright, what's the next step? Alright, carefully push the winder knob mount into the door and lower the regulator with the glass attached. So I got to get this into the door. Alright, did that. It's inside the door now. Push the glass back as far as possible and tip the front edge up. Pull or slide the roller pins on the regulator out of the window channel. There's a slot in the middle. Alright, I managed to get the glass up to this point. The trick was to just pull on the glass, since it's already connected here at this, and then let the scissor mechanism or the regulator mechanism fall open back up inside. That way it becomes, I guess, a little thinner, and then you can work this first part of the regulator out, and then hopefully the second part. So we're going to try to get that all the way out now. Alright, there is the door glass with the mechanism. Now we should be able to get in and get the vent window and the front channel out. The front channel has one bolt right there that's on the bracket. There's the bracket right there. So we're gonna take just that part off first. I've already removed these two, but let's see if we can just pull that out. Alright, so I'm trying to get this front channel vent window assembly out. So I took these two off, and then I took the one off in here, and I even took the bracket, and still it was just giving me a hard time. So I'm just standing here contemplating it, and then I see this right here. So I popped this off because I saw inside there was a bolt. I saw there was a bolt down here. So I'll pop this off and see that there's another one. So once that one comes off right here, this assembly ought to be able to come off pretty easy. So there are two of them. That's why they have the two access holes here. So now I'm taking off the second one. Alright, so that last bolt is out, and this one here should lift out. Alright, there we go. I'll put it in here on the carpet just in case it tips over. Alright, so there's the vent glass, there's the door glass. Couple little surprises there to get it out, but once you know the secret, nothing to it. So now I'm going to finish cleaning up this door a little bit. Get these old connectors off, and then go do the one on the passenger side over there. It's just waiting. So here's all the hardware that I took off of the driver's side door to get the glass out. These go underneath the vent assembly, and these were also under the vent assembly, in between this and the assembly holding it on. This one was toward the rear, this one was toward the front, this one was toward the rear. So here on the passenger side door, it came off a little more to schedule from the instructions that I got off of MG Experience, mgexp.com. And in this particular case, the glass was, once I released the 7 that are holding the regulator on, 7 bolts holding the regulator on, and when it settled down, the glass with the metal, let me show that, it slipped right off the regulator, and so now the regulator supposedly can be collapsed and pulled this way through that opening. Let's go in here and look at this. This is the glass over here I was talking about. It's connected by this bar on the bottom here, and that just slipped right off of the regulator. On the other one, it didn't, on the driver's side, it didn't come off the regulator that easy, so I had to pull it up through everything, through the top opening. But on this one, we're going to see if we can get the regulator out through that opening like supposed to do and according to the instructions. Okay, so once the regulator is collapsed, it does come out pretty easily. So that will be the technique to put it back in when the time comes. So that is the step-by-step of removing the door glass from the MGB. The passenger side is done now. Driver's side was done first. And I'm going to leave these doors on for now until I get ready to start welding, so we can keep the integrity of the shell. So that's it for this episode, Average Guy's Garage. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.